Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today I'd like to be talking a little bit about how I actually like to practice to make myself a better performer, so that when I go out to actually perform magic for real people in real life, I can be confident that my magic is going to hit hard, it's going to get the reactions that I want, it's going to be good so that people can enjoy it. And honestly, that's what we want. We want our magic to be good so that people can enjoy it. No one likes to screw up in front of people, no one likes to be put on the spot. No one likes to be kind of struggling going through a trick. And so in this video, I'd like to discuss a little bit how I like to practice so that I can be as ready as possible when performing for people. Now, before we do that, I would like to thank all of my subscribers and all of the people that watch my videos every week. Without you, none of this stuff would be possible, so I really, really appreciate it. If you'd like to see future videos, and if you're really enjoying these Advice from Magicians videos that I put up every week, please go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you like about these videos, what you do not like about these videos, and if you have any suggestions for episodes that we can do in the future, please let me know, because I'm always looking for new topics to discuss and new things to talk about. So having said that, let's go ahead and jump right in. So for me, when it comes to practicing, there's 3 ways that you need to practice in order to be quote-unquote ready to be able to perform in real life working situations. So first and foremost, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to break down your routines and practice individual techniques. So let's just say you're doing an ambitious card type routine, right? You're going to take a card, put it in the middle, give the deck a shuffle, show the card's not on top, show the card's not on bottom, and then with just a wiggle of the fingers you snap, and then the card comes up to the top, right? Very, very basic and common piece of magic there. But it's not one piece. It's actually made up of several smaller components, right? So first you have to practice having a card selected, how you're going to spread out the cards. Are you going to do a ribbon spread on the table? Are you going to hand the deck to them and let them find their own card, right? So you need to practice that technique. Then once the card is selected, how do you lose it into the deck? How do you control the card? Are you going to control it to the top? Are you going to control it to the bottom? Are you going to keep it in the middle of the deck and just maintain a break? There's all sorts of different ways that you can control the card. You have different types of shuffling controls, different false shuffles, things like this. And then when you want to show that the card's not on the top or that it's not on the bottom, right? You're going to maybe do a double lift or something, you know, something like this to keep the card hidden so that they don't see it right away. So just in that little 30-second routine that I showed you, there was actually at least like 6 things going on, 6 different techniques inside that actual routine itself. So what I would do is first I would practice each individual piece until I can perform them consistently and well. So for example, I might just sit there and do my double lift for hours, double lift, double lift, double lift, double lift, until that double lift looks good consistently and I don't miss it. I don't accidentally grab 3 cards, the double lift doesn't split, etc. So break down these individual techniques and practice them until you can perform them well. Now, if you're having a hard time practicing individual techniques, I have a good solution for you. Go ahead and take a look at the Perfect Practice System by Richard Rebuffo. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below here at a review that I did last week, so you can take a look at what the Perfect Practice System actually is. And if you think it's something that might help you practice, I really suggest you take a look at it. It's really, really cool. Basically what the Perfect Practice System is it's a system that Richard developed that allows you to break down even those moves into their smaller components, making it very easy for you to practice and to master those techniques over a shorter period of time. It'll also help eliminate any mistakes that you're making while you're practicing, so that you don't practice the technique incorrectly and you're able to learn it and perform it well. So first thing I do, practice the individual techniques. Second thing I do is you're going to take all of those techniques that you had just mastered and you're going to put them in the routine together and you're going to run it from start to finish. Now, not only are you going to run the routine through, but you're actually going to patter along with it. So you're going to put your script in there as well, what you're going to say, the different, different types of movements you're going to make. Are you going to have the person to your right choose a card? Are you going to have the person to your left choose a card? Are you going to have multiple spectators involved? Are you just going to have one person involved? You want to think about all these things in your mind while you're going through. Sort of like a dress rehearsal, I guess you can say. So practice the routine through as if you're performing for people. Now, a good idea is to always, whenever you're practicing by yourself, always practice in front of a mirror, or pick up a video camera, your iPhone, whatever you have, and record yourself running through this. This is going to allow you to be able to catch any kind of inconsistencies in your technique, as well as maybe your flow of your routine. Maybe you'll notice certain times you're speeding up, certain times you're slowing down, your timing might be off, maybe you're stuttering and you're not able to get through a complete sentence. You know, these sort of things. So it's very, very important that you're able to look back at your performance while you're, you know, maybe you make a video, or at the very least, you should be able to see what you're doing. So maybe practice in front of a mirror. But the second thing that I do is start the routine from the beginning, work all the way through to the end, and patter in real time, just like as if you were performing for real life people. Now, the third thing, and this is one that a lot of magicians kind of take a little bit for granted, but you're actually going to have to go into the field and practice for real life people. One way that I like to do this is I like to go to some of my magician friends or my family, or some of my close friends, and I just say, hey guys, I'm working on something new, can I show you? And you're going to run through it. They can give you some honest feedback. Hey Mike, I saw this, you know, this didn't make any sense. I loved this, but you could do this a little different. You know, try to get some feedback from them. You can even perform it for strangers. Just let them know, hi, my name is Michael, I'm a professional magician. I'm actually working on a new piece, and I was wondering for some feedback. Would you like to see it? And go ahead and show that piece to them, and hopefully they can give you some feedback. You're going to get caught sometimes. You might notice that your angles when you were performing in front of the mirror were perfect, but now you're performing in the real world and the guy standing to your left saw everything that you did. Well, now you know that their angle isn't good for this, and you can make adjustments. Take that feedback with a grain of salt. Everyone's a little bit different when it comes to how they prefer things, but try to be open-minded. Take that feedback from all sides. Apply it in real time to your performance, so that every time you do it, you'll notice that the routine changes a little bit. It gets better. It gets more fluid. Your pattern becomes more comfortable, less robotic, less scripted sounding. You'll notice that, you know, while you're doing something, someone in the audience might say something. You go, no, that was pretty good. I'm going to start using that. For example, I do the Chinese linking rings, and I actually do Ninja Plus by Matthew Garrett, where I link my wedding band onto the ring. And I handed out the ring, and I said, do you see any soft spots in the ring? And one of the spectators actually said, I see one soft spot in your heart. And I thought that was hilarious. I use that every single time I perform that effect now, and the reactions are awesome. So you're going to learn a lot of these things as you actually practice for people in real life. One more thing that I like to mention is you will notice that you'll start with kind of a basic idea or a technique or a performance, and that performance might actually change as you go along. Like, I actually have an ambitious card type routine that I perform, where, you know, the card's placed into the middle of the deck, and under possible conditions it comes up to the top. If you were to look at that piece of magic 10 years ago and now look at it the way I perform it today, you would think that they were two completely different routines. You wouldn't even think that it was the same effect because they're so different. I've changed so many things. I've realized certain things work, certain things don't work. Sometimes in our minds we think, oh my God, this is going to be like the coolest thing ever. And you show it to people and they were like, I don't get it. Right? Or you're like, this is kind of stupid, but you know what? Let me try it anyway, and maybe they won't notice it, or maybe they'll think it's cool. And then you do it and they're like, oh my God, that was so freaking cool. So try a little bit of everything. Try performing for people in real life so that you can get more comfortable performing, and that your effects can kind of evolve and progress as you go along. So one more time, 3 things. Number 1, practice individual techniques. Number 2, put all of those techniques together in a full routine so that you can do the entire set start to finish, including your pattern, everything like that, so you can get comfortable speaking and comfortable performing the entire effect. And then thirdly, you're going to make sure to perform for other people so that they can see it. That's the only way that you can get any better. Practicing in front of a mirror is great, but you're not going to really progress until you get out in front of people and you actually start doing the magic for them. All right? Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Michael O'Brien. Please let me know in the comment section below things you like, things you didn't like, things that you want to see on the channel, things that you would like to see me talk about, etc. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can stay caught up on future releases on this channel. Thank you so much again, everyone, for watching, and I will be seeing you next week. Bye-bye.